forwards, ready to.
Most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched. Sound suppression water is flowing. 15. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins. Good roll pitch. Roger, roll pitch. Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon. Integrity, AMT high. AMT high. On time, passing 30 seconds into the flights. Integrity passes the alternate MECO. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance before main engines. Space Launch System core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour. Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q. On, Ponce de Leon. Stan, we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon. Have you the same? Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the Artemis 2 mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than 2,600 miles per hour. Seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, ahead of solid rocket booster separation expected at the 2-minute 9-second mark. We see throttle down. Confirmed separation. Main engines throttling up, guidance converged. Performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready. Copy all, Stan. Integrity, SM priming complete. SM priming complete. 2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation. 3 minutes into the flight. Integrity, 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange, now passing 5,000 miles per hour. Standing by for launch abort system jettison. Houston Integrity, good last jettison, great view. Copy jettison, Team Eco 8+02. We see you sail on board, Stan. And Houston has you loud and clear on Teeters at the common line. Outstanding, Stan, we have you the same. 3 minutes 50 seconds into the flight of Artemis 2, Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen cross the boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
Integrity, GPS processing. Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
Integrity, 3-engine press. 3-engine press.
On time, now passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. So at this time, we're saying 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes. Same on board, Stan.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director Judd Friedling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown. Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
Six minutes 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight. Seven minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open. AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time. About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
Integrity, nominal MECO, core stage separated. We see the same on board, Stan.
Minutes 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the Inner Rim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. 9 minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
Integrity Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad. Copy that, Stan. Numbers for the pad.
Capcom Stan Loves, we're now reminding the crew that the perigee raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected prior to booster ignition. That time being 49 minutes, 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
Okay, well, we're paused temporarily, but it does seem to be proceeding as it should. We definitely saw that blast off, didn't we? Exciting it was too.
It was amazing. I mean, you could feel it just through the sound, here. I mean, I can't imagine what it would have been like to be there, witnessing it in person.
But yeah, the power and the spectacle, as you say, the roar of that craft taking off into the atmosphere, very exciting.
Yeah, and everything looks like it has gone to plan so far. So, after about 2 minutes or so, the solid rocket boosters on the side, their fuel had been spent, so they were jettisoned. And then about 8 minutes in or so, we saw that the core section, so that big orange section, all the fuel from there had been used up, so that was jettisoned. And now we're left with just the what's called the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, as well as the crew capsule. So yeah, we're heading into the first orbit. So now they'll be in this first elliptical orbit. They'll be going about 1,400 miles away from the surface of the Earth, and that's where they'll be for this little period until they'll move up into a wider orbit.
And we heard their speeds approaching 15,000 miles an hour. That's the speed and the trajectory it's travelling at.
Yes, you need to be very fast to be able to circle the Earth, but then they're going to need to burn even more to head out towards the moon.
And then they swing round the moon, don't they?
Exactly, yeah.
So that will happen. I mean, it's going to take them 6 days to get to
They'll be doing their flyby on day 6 of the mission. So yes, first of all, for the first day, they'll just be orbiting the Earth, and then around this time tomorrow, we'll hear whether everything is okay to perform that maneuver, to the translunar injection, to head out towards the moon.
Mm-hmm. And will they go through a similar system of the go no go checks before they attempt that?
There will be those kind of checks happening all the time. Not necessarily a conference like we heard before, but everybody is constantly in contact with the crew, making sure that all the systems are operating nominally.
Okay, let's cross back now to Thomas Moore at the Kennedy Space Centre. So we have liftoff, Thomas. I can see in your face the absolute joy and excitement.
Do you know, I'm pretty choked. That was quite extraordinary. I've never quite witnessed the sight and sound like... I saw Tim Peake take off in a rocket half the size. That is such a powerful rocket. The sound just... it just rumbled across the water, and you could feel it in your chest, that crackle. It wasn't so loud when it actually came off the launch pad. They have millions of gallons of water, sound suppression, just at the bottom of the rocket to try and reduce the vibrations, which could be catastrophic for the rocket itself. It could shake itself to pieces. It's so powerful. But it was once it got up into the air a bit that the crackle just came and hit us. And then it was so bright, the flame coming out from those RJ-25 engines at the back of the core stage was extraordinary, painful to look at. And then it left behind that vapor trail snaking up. And as the rocket arced towards the east, the trail of course just followed behind, just linking it back to what was now an empty launch pad. It was really extraordinary to witness.
Yeah. We did hear some of the crowds, perhaps closer to where James is, when it actually took off, that sort of roar to match the roar of the rocket.
Yeah, this is a big moment. And I think people get that. So many people have travelled such a long distance just to be part of this. It really does feel that this is the Apollo moment for a new generation. People who live along here, the Space Coast, they see rockets taking off all the time. They barely look at the Falcon 9s, the SpaceX rockets, because they're just so frequent, just taking satellites up. But this is humans on board a new rocket going to explore the moon for the first time in more than 5 decades, and to stay. This time it's not just stick the stars and stripes in the grey dust. This is